This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
What's your name, ma'am?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. What do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand.
Listen up, slap nuts.
Sit down, dummy. I'm talking.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Oh, Randy!
He's fat!
You f***ing numpty!
What are you laughing at, face? Shut your mouth.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We're talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. That is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm TWK Reviews, and this is about the Juggernaut and the Douglas. Hope you enjoy. Don't drive to home. Whoop whoop.
Fuck that shit! Get it! Go!
Ow! Fuck! Oh!
Why did you fall in a bucket full of Legos?
Oh!
Seriously, why'd you wrap it with barbed wire? Seriously, Legos hurt enough.
For the views.
And he's getting many of us. Superhuman. Good lord. Oh. There's something oddly satisfying about watching that guy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, God. I missed you, T-Dub, by the way.
I miss me too.
So, yeah, what I miss? A whole shitload. Last week I was worried, I'm not going to miss so much. Not much happened. This week, though, ooh. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh. Just, boy, oh, boy, oh. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Now, a couple of things we need, a little bit of, excuse me. A little bit of housekeeping. What to do, I guess, oh. Hey, the Reverend gave us a sub. All right, yeah, this is his 13th month. It's Friday, and this is my 13th month. Neat.
Very neat. Thank you, Rev.
Thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. And, yeah, so a little bit of a housekeeping here. Obviously, that was part one. Obviously, unexpected, but much appreciated, of course. I was gone last week, so we didn't do Stomping Grounds, and we did not want to talk about the Stomping Grounds. And as it turns out, I did not watch Stomping Grounds minus 2 matches. And so did Tita, because he watched a couple of matches, and then Wrestle Circus presented a better professional wrestling product.
I watched 4 matches from the show, and then that's it.
I watched 2. I watched the Cruiserweight title match and the U.S. title match. We will talk about those matches when we tell you the results, but first time in a while for us, no rating for Stomping Grounds. We were not that interested in the first place. We're not as interested about it now. We're just going to read the thing as part of the news, and that is it. That being said, we still have to cover it. We'll talk about that. I went to C4 Wrestling season finale. 12th season finale, I should say. It was fun.
Finale in the middle of the year?
Their season is between usually September to June. Kind of like a hockey / NBA type situation.
I think considering Canada, hockey is more apt.
For those in the States who may not be into hockey, the NBA has a same kind of schedule. So I was just
If they're not into hockey, then they are wrong.
Well, look, I'm not going to say they're right either, but it's their life, and if they want to watch a stupid thing, like LeBron James throw a ball out of fucking thing, that is their prerogative.
And this is coming from a guy who is who rooted for the Toronto to win the championships.
I'm fucking around, dude. I'm doing the same thing
you
you do with me. I'm fucking around. Besides, you know I'm damn well happy that a Canadian team won a national thing.
Especially because it's Toronto, your favorite state.
Well, you know. They can't all be winners. Leafs still suck, and Blue Jays are, well, the Blue Jays. Though, between you and me, I was always more of a Blue Jays fan than a Montreal Expos fan. Just for the record. Does that make me a liar or a cheater or a hypocrite? Maybe. But I know my allegiances. I'm more of a Blue Jays fan than an Expos fan. Go fucking figure.
Anyways.
Anyway, enough of the vamping and the stuff and things. C4 happened. I'll talk about that. We got Fyter Fest in our third segment because even if it's not a pay-per-view, because for you folks in the States, it's free FREE. But we'll talk about that because it's still a pretty interesting card. And your news type stuff and things, your emails and comments. Of course, we're going to read the chat room. It's up there. By the way, hi, Mike. Stop trolling. Actually, that's not so stupid. If they want to watch a stupid thing, there's going to be an XFL soon. That is very true. That's very true. And, of course, your winners and losers and all of that good stuff. We should also mention a little bit of housekeeping. We know we are against the GDQ and CEO. So if you're choosing to listen to us while you're watching your fighting games or your speed runs, we very much appreciate your patronage to our little rinky-dink little operation. As professional sounding as it is. Yes, I was about a minute late. Whoops. Anyway, clip of the week is not from Stomping Grounds. I did not watch it, did not care to watch it, except for the two matches that we mentioned earlier. One thing did happen on Monday, and you smell that, T-Dub? Smells of desperation.
I was about to say that's the smell of desperation in the areas.
I know. It's definitely not me. I don't feel desperate. Do you feel desperate?
Not this particular night.
I feel generous because I donated as well. I only had $10 free up, so I gave that $10 to GDQ. They're doing the game's done quick. They're doing nice. They're doing nice things.
Charity for Doctors Without Borders.
It's a wonderful charity event, and we will talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit on the later side, because guess what? Guess who's on the winners list this week? Spoiler alert there. I smell generosity on my end, and no, this is desperation. Oh, wait, it's coming out of Vince McMahon. Take a look. Clip of the week. How desperate are they for ratings? Bad enough to get that Shane McMahon has to get beat up by a returning star again. Take a listen.
A disgusting, pathetic display here tonight by Shane and Drew. And now this, look at Drew holding Roman down as Shane goes to the top rope, looking for the coast-to-coast here.
No!
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Are you kidding me? Undertaker is here! The Phenom is here!
No, that's not by mistake. Breaking news from yesterday, as in it broke everyone's goddamn mind. Paulie and Eazy-E are running things again.
In a manner of speaking.
Thank you, Tito. In a manner of speaking. Woo! Before we get to our news and start unpacking this top story, I do want to mention that right now, if you're interested, or if you're interested in watching it later, Ring of Honor is having their Best of the World pay-per-view. A couple of things to note in the results department. The pre-show, the dark matches / pre-show, they had Roosh take on Flip Gordon. Roosh beat Flip Gordon. And Dalton Castle took on Dragon Lee. Dalton Castle over Dragon Lee. In the pay-per-view proper, they started with the Allure and Angelina Love and Mandy Leon taking on Jenny Rose and Kelly Klein. The Allure has won the match. And for those wondering, since Colt Cabana was injured, they had to find a replacement for Nick Aldis against the Briscoe brothers. And, of course, that particular person signed on with the National Wrestling Alliance. That person, actually, I believe I have a button for this. Let me find that particular button real quick. You will get this immediately, T-Dub.
Dummy. Yeah.
Eli Drake.
Eli Drake and Nick Aldis will take on the Briscoes in a tag team match a little bit later in the program. We'll keep you abreast as the card goes on, as we're actually live at this moment, and they're live as well. We won't bring out the entire card, unfortunately, because, well, we're busy. But if there's any other matches, I know the main event is the Ring of Honor World title between Matt Taven and Jeff Cobb. That's going to be a fucking awesome match right there. That being said, let's talk about Eazy-E and Paul Lee getting signed. Here's the situation, for those who don't know what's going on there. Thursday. Breaking news first from Sports Illustrated and then officially confirmed by WWE themselves. It is announced that Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman will head up will be executive directors for Paul Heyman's Raw, and for SmackDown, Eric Bischoff, reporting directly to Vince McMahon. Now, the idea here is one runs Raw, one runs SmackDown. It is not a television character. It is an actual, they're running the show with approval or disapproval from Vince McMahon there. And Renico had a variant of the what the fuck. That's how I reacted originally. I'm gonna let you go first, T-Dub, because I have my thoughts on the situation. I don't know what yours are.
All right, so far from what we know, it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be a gradual change. And on top of that, once again, they're going to have to answer to Vince McMahon. So we'll see how much they can actually get away with. I don't think I want everyone to get, when it comes to expectations, is the fact that this is not going to immediately put everything back to TV-14. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's going to stay PG.
This is not the return of a war. This is not return to sweary fucky titties. No. This is a gradual change, because I get the feeling, between you and me, T-Dub, I get the feeling that this is not a purely 100% Vince McMahon decision. A lot of people were thinking it's just AEW putting on the pressure. I disagree. See, there was a report floating around online where it said that Vince and co were meeting with Fox executives about a day before the official announcement. $2. As I've mentioned on Twitter, on multiple social medias, $2. Says Fox is putting their foot down.
Well, they probably put pressure to do something, because attendance has been really low this week.
Attendance is low, ratings are at a record low, and Fox wants the fucking ratings. So
that's why they signed it, because when they originally penned the deal, the ratings were not this bad.
No, they were still declining at that point, but none of us would expect the product to go that shit, or the ratings go even deeper.
Yeah, they literally turned off like half an arena for Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-view.
Yeah, a pay-per-view got turned off. That's bad.
That's
like
something
for TV,
that impacts
for TV,
to an arena.
For TV, not everyone can make it on a Monday and Tuesday. That's fair, but for pay-per-view, that's rough.
That's something that Impact would do when they go to arenas. Impact.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. Wow, it honestly is kind of shocking to me.
It's shocking how bad things have become, honestly.
Yeah, here's someone that Heyman and Bischoff can do something. I'm more skeptical about Bischoff because, well, look at what he did when he was over in Impact.
Yeah, how much money is my question? Not what has he done, what's the record. No, Paul Heyman, fine. He's got an eye for putting future talent on notice. If there's someone that could utilize the roster that WWE has amassed, it's Paul Heyman. Solid booking, solid decision. And by the way, people are going, but they're rated, they're out of their prime. I said, that's what the surface said. The surface says this is just a nostalgia grab, whatever. No. You dig deeper. One is infamous for putting fresh acts on television, period. That's Paul Heyman. And
yeah, he was the guy who handpicked CM Punk and protected him for as long as he could while he was in WWE.
So if there's anyone that could utilize the talent pool that WWE has for Raw, it's Paul E. Now, Eric Bischoff, maybe not so much. I mean, you look at what they did with Impact and everything else. Then again, I'm not putting the entire blame on Bischoff and Hogan. That whole situation's a clusterfuck in the first place.
They were largely to blame, though, because
they're largely to blame.
Because when they came in, they were like, all right, let's get rid of this excited reign. Let's get rid of all this stuff. They started changing everything just for the sake of changing it. And when the fans were booing it, they were like, oh, don't you dare boo us. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? That's not a good way to be endearing to your audience.
No, but...
And then they brought in all their old friends to soak up the limelight.
Then that's obviously not going to happen here.
Yeah, we better not fucking see the Nasty Boys win the fucking tag titles again.
Oh my God. I don't think Vince would allow it. I think that's like, you have to report directly to Vince. I think there's going to be some decisions where Vince will go, okay, let's try this. And then there's going to be some decisions like bringing the Nasty Boys going, and I'm like, fuck no. Back to the drawing board. Hi, Shane. Did you hear about Eli Drake? He just said, listen up, dummies.
Also, congrats on the 700 subscribers, buddy.
Congrats. By the way, for those in the chat room, give a nice round of applause for Shin Tiger Curl. Getting 700 subscribers on the YouTube machine. That's very nice. Congrats, bud.
Yep,
yeah, something fresh. And the way Bischoff thinks, he's always had an idea of what makes a show different. You know, okay, what we need to make this show different. If for nothing else, Bischoff will do that.
You know, one thing I do like about this is that it should bring the end to this whole wild card nonsense.
The quicker, the better, if you ask me.
Yeah, because I don't think Heyman and Bischoff are going to want to do this whole thing where they have to keep tabs on each other and who's on what roster and all this wild card nonsense that's just making everything confusing.
Because Roman Reigns is supposed to be a SmackDown guy. He's been more on Raw than SmackDown.
He hasn't appeared on SmackDown in a month.
What the fuck, boys? Come on. And you're making SmackDown look like shit. By the way, you sold what show this to Fox? Oh yeah, SmackDown.
So hopefully Bischoff can help turn things around. Maybe get some of that early to mid-90s WCW magic going on.
Shin, tell EC3 to hold up. We're not the winners and losers yet. He goes, time to make my dummies for the week. The biggest dummy is Seth Rollins.
Don't worry, we'll get to that anyways.
Oh, we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
We should quickly go over stomping grounds.
Dummy, yeah.
Guess we should quickly go over stomping grounds.
We should. So, once again, we did not watch the pay-per-view, nor did we care to watch the pay-per-view. We did watch a couple of matches. That being said, the pre-show, speaking of one of those matches, they started with the kickoff, and they started the kickoff with the Cruiserweight Championship. Yeah. But it was a triple threat between Tony Nese, Akira Tozawa, and the winner, and a new Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Wonder Bread, Drew Gulak.
He did it.
He
finally did
it.
I salute you, Gulak. I salute you.
For a
He is
better
quite the soldier.
205 live. I salute you. I'm physically saluting for a better 205 live. No booing.
Yeah, booing the champion is not allowed.
No, sir.
All that is allowed is a very polite clap.
Maybe some
Thank you,
hooting and
Matt.
hollering for a nice little thing of technical wrestling. But anyway, congratulations to the
And this
Cruiserweight
is one hell of
champion.
a match. They got the crowd into it really quickly, which was really nice to see.
They had 11 minutes, 20 seconds. That's all they needed.
Yeah,
That's
of course
all
it's
they
got a
needed.
decent amount
Oh
of
my
time.
God. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was glad to see this got a good amount of time. It got good 11 minutes, and they made the most of it. Quick action the whole way through. And I had a feeling that once Nice was knocked out of the ring and it was already past 10 minutes to the match, I'm like, oh shit, where's the new champion? Who's getting pinned? Who's getting pinned? Oh my god, Akira Tozawa's getting pinned. 1, 2, 3. Oh
Yes! The night commenced proper with the women's championship, the Raw Women's Championship, and now it's Red Flag numero uno, who might be the referee. Becky Lynch defeated Becky Lynch, retains the title 11:30. We're just going to speed round for these until we get to the other match.
I did watch this match, and this is better than their previous match, I'll say.
All right.
But
That's not saying
still
much,
not
I
the
get
best.
the feeling.
Yeah, at least Becky won decisively, which should have ended this feud, but unfortunately, that's not the case.
Ooh, we'll get to that, motherfuckers. What's making Botchamania? I didn't fuck up. Moving on. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the New Day, Biggie and Xavier Woods, and they defeated the New Day.
Once again, another decisive victory, and it was very nice to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being treated like a legitimate threat once again.
Yeah, at least for a couple of minutes. Yeah, Becky
Yeah,
Lynch
it kinda
defeated
went
Becky
away
Lynch.
once the-
Okay, Shen,
they kinda went
do you care about Lacey Evans? I don't. See, T-Dub don't care either. Anyway, here's the other match I watched, the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Samoa Joe taking on Ricochet for the U.S. title, and Ricochet's the new champ! And a great, and a great 12:25, I might add.
Oh, yes, and although I'm disappointed that Joe didn't get a good run with the belt, I'm hoping they do better with Ricochet.
He at least had a good match to end his to end his reign. I will give them that.
Yeah, and hopefully this means that they see something special in Ricochet and they'll push him to the moon like he deserves. And this is the final match I watched before switching over to twitch.tv for Wrestle Circus's Big Top Revival.
Aha. So we will speed round the rest of the results here for you. The Brian and Rowan, they defeated the Heavy Machinery for the tag team titles. From what I've read, crowd was behind Brian and Rowan, which is kind of off-putting. But from what
it's
I've told,
it's in his home state.
yeah. Bailey defeated Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. Kofi Kingston retained against Dolph Ziggler again. It was a steel cage match. And
I saw the ending to this because it happened during the intermission, and that was an interesting ending, although from what I've heard, the match itself did not live up to the quality of the ending.
That's what I've read as well. That was highly skippable. Serviceable, but skippable, unfortunately. And in the main event, Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. The Hook, the special guest referee, Lacey Evans. The finish, Lacey Evans was doing everything to make sure Baron would win until Becky Lynch showed up. And you could guess where this went, folks. They're playing up the real life relationship between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. So much so that next month on Extreme Rules, Seth and Becky, Baron and Lacey.
In a winner-take-all tag team match, straight out of the playbook of good old Vince Russo.
You know, I get why Vince likes Baron. I do. He's a good heel. But god damn it, he's getting the wrong heat. We don't want to boo him. We want him gone.
Just look at the crowds. I mean, if he was such a good heat magnet for people wanting to see him get his ass kicked, people would be paying money to see him get his ass kicked, but instead, people are just not paying money to see him. They're just refusing to go to the shows now.
And he's a good heel. They're just not it's not working. That's the thing.
I think it's the whole Applebee's manager kind of gimmick he's got going on. That does not work for him, as well as the whole lone wolf thing. It should
have ended the minute he was no longer GM.
Yeah, he should. I would prefer you go back to the whole like cut off wolf T-shirt, looking like a biker dude. That was a good look. This, just looks boring.
It is, and that's
what the crowd seems to agree with.
Yeah, though it looks to me like they're doing the whole add bacon to it by trying to add Becky Lynch to the situation, which I don't know if that's the right idea. Just right off the bat.
Yeah, it really didn't help that. From what we've heard, the last at least two matches were skippable for this show. So, main event matches not living up to any sort of hype is not a good look for a company.
No, sir. So no ratings for me because I don't have any, although I will say this match of the night, if someone were to say Joe versus Ricochet match of the night, I could agree with that.
For me, it's Gulak, Nice, and Tozawa. Those three were absolutely...
That'd be the other one. That would be the other one. Those two matches, definitely match of the night.
Also, when it comes to this match, women's title scene, give Nikki the belt if you're going to take it off of Bayley anytime soon. Make it Nikki.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
At least you'd have a built-in feud. You've built yourself a feud with Alexa Bliss and Nikki. There's that. Anyway, news?
Before we go to that, I'd like to talk briefly about the Big Top Revival show from Wrestle Cast that happened last Sunday. Some matches I highly recommend. Let's see. The Sideshow title match where Gentleman Jervis defended against Sami Callihan. One of the spots, Gentleman Jervis did do his rockabye spot with Callihan where he went to sleep.
Oh,
that's great. Also recommends the three-way tag team match. The Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, taking on the Regal Twins and AEW's Private Party.
Hey, how are they looking, by the way?
Very good.
Nice.
Mark Quinn wrestled part of the match with sunglasses on.
Nice.
Yeah. It wasn't until he did a dive to the outside of the ring where the shades fell off.
Well, you know, gravity and the momentum will do funny things about your glasses there.
Yeah. Speaking of shades, we had Orange Cassidy take on Peter Avalon. And
that had to have been a good match.
And Orange Cassidy wasn't alone because after his entrance played, they played his entrance music again, and out came Leva Bates dressed exactly as Orange Cassidy, except with blue hair.
Nice. Oh, so that's where that picture comes from. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Absolutely excellent match. Basically what you'd expect from Orange Cassidy. And in the main event, Tessa Blanchard challenged for the Ringmaster title, held by Scorpio Sky, who came out to one of the greatest theme songs ever. The best! 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 Over and over.
Oh no!
Scorpio Sky was led to the ring by Kevin Condren and another gentleman who I did not recognize, but they were both wearing bow ties.
All right, okay.
And in the main, Scorpio Sky defeated Tessa Blanchard after much interference. And then after the match was over, it looks like Tessa Blanchard was going to get a round of applause from the crowd as they sent the crowd home happy. And so Sami Callihan went to the ring and just decided to power drive Tessa Blanchard, setting up a feud. Because of course he did. And
because Sami Callihan does not give a fuck.
Yeah, there was other matches that happened. Everything on this show delivered. I'm From what I've told, if you go to their twitch.tv channel for Wrestle Circus and your Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, however that gimmick works,
Yeah, if you have Amazon, yeah. So the way how this works is I've done that for GDQ. Basically, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, so you could connect both of those together. You're given one free Twitch sub per month with that Twitch Prime, so you
Nice.
you could use that to do your sub as well.
So yeah, if you have Twitch Prime, that's how you can rewatch these shows on their Twitch channel. But it was broadcasted for free for everyone, so it was great. And someone actually blocked me for watching this show on Twitter because they're like, "Nobody's watching this show. Why are you watching this show? Nobody's watching it. It's a nothing show." And do you know how many people decided to watch this show on Twitch?
How many?
Its peak viewer count was over 2,000.
Good. Also, someone blocked you on Twitter
Yeah.
for watching. Well, fuck that guy. He's not supporting independent wrestling then.
No kidding. Also, this show drew 2,000 viewers. This show drew 2,000 viewers against WWE. This show drew 2,000 viewers against WWE, even though they don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Those people drew $2,000 on Twitch during a
Viewers.
WWE B show.
Also, have to give props to Loud and Noxious for, as usual, being a great ring announcer.
Very nice. Very nice.
He is absolutely one of the best. He just has a very, very loud and enthusiastic voice that always knows how to get the crowd excited. Also, props to him for going into the crowd and pointing out fans' first time at the wrestling show. It was great. He was like, "This is our first time! Give her a round of applause!"
And for those wondering, get Loud and Noxious, Gavin Loudspeaker.
That's his former name. And then right before the main event, he was like, "Also, give this person a round of applause. She was here. This is her first show, but won't be her last." So the fact that he did that twice is great.
That's how you hook them, by the way. That's a great way to hook them.
Also, during the intermission, they showed like a sort of like mini documentary of the wrestlers and a few fans of their thoughts on Wrestle Circus. So that was really great stuff. And this is overall just a really fun show to watch. I've never had a bad time watching a Wrestle Circus show. This is like the third show I've watched from them, and they've all been great. And yeah, I can't recommend this promotion enough.
This is also the same promotion that had Tessa Blanchard versus Brian Cage.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Yeah, Tessa Blanchard is like one of the top like people in the promotion.
There you go. Now, do we have more good news, or would I have to go to the sad, pathetic news here?
We do have one bit of sad news. The unfortunate death of Lionheart during our break.
Yeah, this happened while we were during our absence there. I mean, pretty much everything that needed to be said about Lionheart and his career has already been said by other outlets. I'm not going to add anything to it. I couldn't if I wanted to. I've never seen the guy wrestle live, sadly. So,
and from everyone I've seen talk about him on social media, he apparently is right up there with some of the greats in the current British scene when it comes to making that scene. Right up there with like Drew McIntyre when it comes to making the UK wrestling scene, especially in Scotland, what it is today.
He is one of the most responsible people as far as that scene is concerned. He doesn't exist. The British indie scene is very, very different. So that's how influential he is. That's how much of a big deal his death actually turns out to be.
Yeah, it's just a shame that, he died, and just tragic. I literally have nothing else that I could think of to say other than condolences to all his friends and families and everyone who ever knew him, because by the way, props to The Rock for giving him a shout out. That was great.
Agreed.
Because Lionheart's favorite wrestler was apparently The Rock, and that's somebody who he apparently took a lot after, so it was great that he got a shout out from him.
Posthumous, but still awesome.
And some other bad news. Jinder Mahal has apparently ruptured his patella tendon, and he's going to be out 6 to 12 months.
I've done that, by the way. The patella tendon, kneecap. I ruptured a portion of that tendon while I dislocated my kneecap when I was 13. That sucks. By the way, Jinder, I know your pain. Get to the surgery, do your rehab, relax after that, my friend. You've earned rest.
Yeah, I think he's decided to take the rest because, he did earlier this week sign a new 5-year deal.
Yeah, good for him. That's all I'm going to say.
He knows where the money is being made, I guess, for him. And some news that shocked the world. For the first time ever, WWE is going to air an indie show, Evolve 131, their 10-year anniversary, on their network.
Yeah, I don't believe it'll be fully live. It'll be literally date delayed the next day. But considering how many... now, what's the significance? Obviously, WNW Network... I hope I'm saying it correctly, by the way. They have a bit of a contract with WWE when it comes to certain... I believe the tape library... And some of the talent is shared between Evolve and NXT. Case in point, Matt Riddle and Drew Gulak are going to show up. So, I'm sorry, Matt Riddle and the new Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Drew Gulak, is going to show up. Let me correct that.
This is to be correct. It's not going to be tape delay because this is July 13th, and so is Fight for the Fallen.
So this is live.
Looks like
okay.
it. Yeah, it says it's the first independent wrestling show to be broadcast live on the platform. Yeah, live.
Interesting. Now, obviously, this is WWE trying to take a dig out of Fyter Fest. Which, by the way, for those pissed off at WWE for doing that,
Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for the Fallen. Excuse me. So, for those people who are pissed off at WWE for trying to do that, number one. Why are you surprised? That would be my first question. And two, Kenny Omega, sit the fuck down. Like, I get it. He's pissed. But, you know what you do? You present a better product. Which you're doing anyway.
Also, this Evolve show is going to be emanating from the ECW arena.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, my God. WWE Network in South Philly. Yeah, sure. It's live. Sure, I see nothing going wrong there as far as fan interaction is concerned.
Well, these aren't the exact same fans that were around 20 years ago.
No, but this is still Philly. Fair being fair here.
Also,
well, Evolve, I know you're not gonna, but don't fuck up.
Yeah, in fact, you have a button for that.
No, I don't. I have the you fucked up button, but I don't have I don't have that particular button, no. Shades does, I don't. That's why I did it, don't you know?
So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Also, some news that I know you're going to be happy about is that there's a certain someone who's going to be appearing at another charity show called Fighting Back. That's going to be taking place.
Oh, before we do anything else, Evil Reverend, gotta stay professional, special winner and executive VP. Thank you. Talking about the whole Kenny Omega bad tweet situation, he was pissed off about. Anyway, so yeah, Fighting Back 9 is happening in August. Actually, the week after SummerSlam weekend. We're getting Cody Rhodes. I'm not even going to try to hype it up. No. We're getting Cody Rhodes. Literally, like what, 2 weeks before? 2 weeks before All Out, Cody Rhodes in Ottawa. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to have to do the show because it is the show after SummerSlam weekend, which, by the way, in case you haven't noticed by now, I'm fucking going to Toronto for the entire weekend and I'm fucking hyped. If not for the wrestling, but for the trip and the fact that I'll be actually going to a pay-per-view live for the first time in my life. Actually, WWE pay-per-view. I've been to... Whatever! Gah!
You're going to have a really fun whole, week of wrestling.
Yeah, for those wondering, there's, Smash Wrestling. I should probably bring this up because our friend Nuclear Convoy contacted me last week about Smash Wrestling and the OWE guys showing up for. I can't go because I'm literally a train. I have to. I train. I booked my train, and my weekend is literally. All I did was book the 4 days off. So I'm kind of mad. I'm gonna miss OWE in Toronto. But if you folks are from Toronto and have the ability to go see Smash Wrestling, do so for OWE. If not for my sake, but just for the fact that the Chinese wrestlers are fucking amazing. Oh, did I lose you? No, I didn't. I hear you. Okay.
No. Just I'm
I'm
letting you get
hyped.
it all
Okay,
out.
I'm hyped. Yeah, I got to see NXT live, a TakeOver live. That's what got me excited. Of course, SummerSlam, which it's my first and probably only SummerSlam I'll get to see live. And of course, you got Raw and SmackDown, which are Raw and SmackDown, but it's Toronto.
You know, by then, maybe Heyman and Bischoff finally got things on the right track. Hopefully, please.
I'm not stopping on. I am knocking on wood. Oh, so there's plenty to do there. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Then after that, you've got this amazing indie show, which is going to have basically all of Canada's best talents coming together.
Some of Eastern Ontario and Quebec and a whole lot of talent, Canadian and otherwise, are going to converge on this thing. And it's all in benefit of the... All ticket sales to the benefit of the Canadian Cancer Society. So you buy yourself a ticket to that thing, it goes straight to the charity. Oh, and by the way, one of the executive vice presidents for AEW are going to be there in wrestling in some capacity.
He might also be there to maybe scout a talent or two. Hint, hint. Speedball. Mike Bailey sign him.
Yes, book Speedball, sign Speedball.
Well, do we know if he's going to be on the Fighting Back show? Because I know he's usually on those, but do we know he's confirmed for this year?
They have not confirmed the time for selling anything yet. They just said the one talent that they signed, which, I mean, come on. If you're going to get people to fucking buy a ticket, Cody Rhodes, yes, please. They have not booked a card yet, but I'm assuming, he was on the last card. He was in the main event for C4 last Friday. I'd be shocked if he wasn't, personally.
By the way, Speedball is crazy as always.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, he ain't the only one who's fucking crazy, mind you. Jesus Christ.
So you were there in person for the craziest spot that went around Twitter.
Oh my god.
You want to tell these people about it?
Yeah, let's talk about the show. Speaking of, I was hoping to keep this like at the end of the segment so we do what the wrestling fuck first, but we got Fyter Fest to talk about, whatever. Last week there wasn't a show because I decided, in my infinite wisdom / insanity, and by insanity I mean I was getting up the next day at like 7 a.m. to go to a pool party, which was fun, by the way. Got a little sunburnt, but that was a fun time. And that's all I will say from that, because there's some portions that that have been requested to stay private. And I will respect that. But it was a fun party, and to the organizers, I know one of them listens to the show, so thank you. Had a fun time. But the night before, I was at the St. Anthony's Hall in Ottawa's Little Italy district. Had myself a food. Then went back to the arena. Enjoyed crossing the line 12, set it off. And let's see, here's the results quick for you. They started with James Stone and All Ego Ethan Page, and it was a respect match, basically an I quit match, except instead of saying I quit, it's I respect you.
That is the most Canadian match type I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, believe me, there was still bad blood. Basically, the whole thing between James Stone and Ethan Page is an asshole. And James Stone said, "You will respect me," and they've just been beating the crap out of each other the entire season. Here's how the whole thing. I'm gonna describe the finish. Stone gets a low blow in, and says, And he's a face, by the way. That's how much bad blood there is. He says, respect me. No! All right, picks up Ethan Page, corner, and Shattered Dream spot.
Okay.
One time. Respect me? Oh, God, no! I don't respect you now. 2 spot. He's still stuck. 1 more. Do you respect me? No! Stone gets out of the ring, looks under the ring, picks up a shovel and a steel chair. Shovel is placed right where the crotch and the second turnbuckle meet, with the stick sticking out. Steel chair is in his hand. Just as he is about to swing, I respect you, I respect you, I respect you. Kinky, yes. Oh my God, that would have hurt his balls off. But that's another thing for another day. Jonathan Rukin, who is another fucking talent that's still underrated in the Ontario scene. He defended the C4 Underground Championship. He defeated Jordan Oliver, who was returning, and Dan Housen.
By the way, read Mike Shell's comments.
Michelle. A more Canadian type match would be an I'm sorry match. God damn it. Do you want me to Dave him? Is that what you want me to do?
I don't know. It's your show.
Fair enough. Mike, Dave. Moving on. But let's see. Next one was Chris Statlander taking on Veda Scott, which is a good match between the two ladies.
Veda's good.
Veda's good, and Chris Statlander is a hidden gem. Absolutely hidden gem.
Hopefully, she can break out of the Canadian scene and go international.
I'd say if there's 2 people I want to see booked for fighting back, to see if Cody might be interested in picking up a couple of people. Speedball's one of them. Chris Statlander is another one. That's how good she is. Next up, the Curse Cecil Nix, and a 2-pair. I don't have partners. It's a 2-on-1. Basically, he took on Tyson Dukes, Chris Dickinson, and the Beast King FTM. By the way, Frankie the Mobster is a hell of a heel. That's all I'm going to say there.
I'm glad he's still wrestling.
He is. And he's bulkier than ever and a great heel. We're going with the creepy goth look. It's working gangbusters for him.
Oh, you see, he's doing the whole PCO method of...
I wouldn't say PCO per se. Beast King, as in he would carry on around a snake in certain matches. He's... there's not goth in that specific sense there, but more of a... Well, he's a beast in a sense.
Oh, okay.
Not in the... It's hard to describe. I would say go on YouTube, find some Beast King FTM matches from, I'd say, a couple years. This year, 2018, and this year, you get a good idea of what he's going for. I dig it. Great heel work there. So I mentioned it was a 6-man tag, and Cecil Nix was still looking for partners. Well, he has partners. Puff was one of them. Basically, big dude, pink onesie. Think of I don't know how to describe him, but he's over with the crowd. Just as over, Lufisto!
Yay!
Oh my God, Lufisto! Okay, so they won the 6-man tag. By the way, the on-demand and DVD, that's Smart Mark Video. It's available on Smart. It will be available on Smart Mark Video. Go get that, as I'm going to say there. I I'm just gonna say, Beast King and Dickinson, they came to blows. So I'm expecting that to be like a match booked in the future. And Lufisto showed up, and she was there at intermission. I got her one of her retirement T-shirts, and she's, and of course, that selfie that it was on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff. Oh, still as sweet as ever.
And an absolute legend.
Absolute legend. She says, her doctor says that the knee is fine. It's not as bad. You can still keep wrestling. It's very weird, she said, but she's continuing on for now. She's still on her retirement tour. It's probably going to extend a little bit, I guess, but I got the shirt. I got the selfie. She's cool.
I just hope she just doesn't pull like Terry Funk.
I don't think that's the intention, but she says she's taking it one day at a time.
Welcome to my 23rd retirement show.
I don't think she's thinking that deep, but she's taking it one day at a time with it. The best way to put it. Red Death, Daniel Garcia. You might have heard of that name before. He took on, he almost ended his career in a car accident in January. So Daniel Garcia, he was returning. He took on Stu Grayson. You might have heard of the guy. You may have heard of that particular gentleman. So basically, Evil Uno interfered and Stu Grayson won, but Daniel Garcia would play a little bit of a role in the main event. I shall explain in a few minutes. There was another six-man tag between Diamond Tiger, Kobe Durst, and Matt Angel, defeating the Space Pirates, which is Space Monkey and Shane Saber. DDT, Tabarnak the team, still as over as ever in Ottawa, to become the C4
Monkey.
Tag Team Championship. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say Space Monkey, awesome talent.
Great talent.
You guys want to know what his finisher is? Tell him, Matty.
Tail whip.
Yes, exactly that.
Tail whip. He's got a gimmick tail around his belt. Tail whip. I wish I was kidding. I am not.
I'm glad you're not kidding, because I've seen him use that as a finisher, and it gets over.
Yep.
The best
Plus,
call I
he
ever heard
uses
was,
bananas.
the best call I ever heard from an announcer was, after he did that, the commentator went, also lowered his opponent's defense.
Nice. And yeah, I could tell. Yeah, Rudy goes, wait, what? Google Space Monkey Wrestling. That's all I'm going to say there. They had a
tag title match.
It was a tag title match. It was Kobe Durst and Matt Angel. They're the new tag team champs. Pepper Parks took on Pepper Parks and Wheeler Utah. They took
Matty, words.
I'm sorry. It wasn't a tag match. It was Pepper Parks. He defeated Wheeler Utah. After that, MVP Michael Von Payne. He came out. Basically, they're building a feud between Michael Von Payne and Shelton Jean. And Shelton Jean was being a heel. That's all I'm going to say there. And in the main event, Josh Alexander, who is the C4 Heavyweight Champion, he defended his title in a wild six-man elimination match. No DQ, no nothing. The challengers, Speedball Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, Evil Uno, okay, C4Wrestling.com. You're not listing everybody here.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, they're just saying what happened.
I know Exolicious was in the match. Sonny
Kiss. He was billed as Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss was in the match.
I will get the thing real quick, and I will tell you what the match was booked as. Real quick, if you will.
Professionalism.
Well, here's the thing. I actually have the website up, And I was actually reading the thing, but they failed to put in all of the people in the match.
That's why you got to do your research beforehand. Make sure everything's listed, all nice and good.
Well, usually I do, but apparently they don't. Anyway, hold on. Independent wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I would like to see discussion so I can see the thing. I would like to see the thing. There we go. Full card from the forum. That should help me out a little bit. There we go. Main event was... there we go. It was Josh Alexander defending against Mike Bailey, Josh Briggs, Marco Estrada, Concrete Rose, Sunny Kiss, and Evil Uno. You might have heard of that name before. Match was crazy all over the place. Doors were used as tables. Tables were used as tables. And the spot that T-Dub mentioned earlier, the dive from, I think, a portion of the wall from Mike Bailey onto what it was, I think it was, no, it was all six. It was, no, one of them was eliminated first. But still, that was a crazy-ass dive seeing that live.
Yeah, that was really nice. It was a good, I'd say a good 10, 15 feet up.
10 at least, yeah. But basically wondering, hey, did Evil Uno win? No. So you remember, let's see, Daniel Garcia? He
got revenge, didn't he?
He got his receipt. That's all I'm going to say there. Sunny Kiss, basically the last three people were Sunny Kiss, Bailey, and Josh Alexander. Sunny Kiss actually pinned Speedball Mike Bailey. So the final two was Sunny Kiss and Josh Alexander, who they had a hell of a 5 minutes. That was like, you believed Sunny Kiss might pull the victory. So that's how good the match was. And the defending champ, the one, he still defends. So Josh Alexander, still champ. And that was a good night of professional wrestling. It was a great show. That was a good night of professional wrestling.
And now we must bring things down a bit.
Yeah. You want me to hit the button?
Hit the button, please, Matty.
You know, it's not enough to make a full segment, but there's still two stories, and the second one, good lord. God, I'm mad as hell. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that segment we lovingly ripped off of NashvilleRadioDeadAir.com, where we take news from the wrestling world, bring them to you, and ask, what the wrestling fuck? And our first story, we're going to start off light. Oh, Seth. Burn it down! No.
His credibility, that is.
Oh. Someone should tell Seth you should not drink and tweet.
I think he's just having a nervous breakdown is what it looks like.
Either that or a rallying cry as the champion of one of your champions turned into what Sullen Monster would qualify as sad tweet of the week. Okay. Yeah. He goes, best pro wrestling on the planet, bar none, on Twitter. That's a lot to unpack right there. Let's start with bullshit. Because the talent's there, but the management ain't.
Yeah, I don't think you call any main event match with Baron Corbin the best anything ever.
Nope. No, you do not. So that's strike one. Strike two, Will Ospreay calls bullshit. And he gets it on. And he gets it on. Oh.
All Will Ospreay said is, well, I'm alive.
Because Seth said there's no... Name me another guy that's alive that's better than me. And Seth Rollins... I'm sorry. Will Ospreay goes, hello. I'm breathing. I'm here. My junior heavyweight championship is more prestigious than the universal title. Change my mind.
He's not wrong.
He's not.
Definitely care
He's
more
not.
about,
By the way, he's fucking not.
Personally speaking, I do care more about the junior heavyweight title than I do the universal title, really.
I mean, the universal belt is on the right guy right now, but it's still not as... Not only it was dead on a dude's crotch for like half a fucking year.
Well, for Lesnar, it was... that reign was like, I think 16 months.
Close to, yeah.
So, and also, Seth Rollins kind of lost the argument when he brought money into it, when they were strictly talking.
The minute you start displaying paychecks, the argument's over, pal.
And Will Ospreay's wondering, like, why did you bring Ricochet into this? Because at one point, like, Seth says, we got a better version of you. He was called Ricochet. And Ospreay's like, why are you bringing him into this? This is just between you and me.
Yeah. And Ricochet's probably over there. Who did what now? He probably literally just went, who did what now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So it was just really, really sad to see him just get so defensive about WWE's product.
When really,
and this continued for
he has nothing to defend here. Everything sucks.
So far, the most enjoyable things are the Firefly Funhouse, the 24/7 title. Hold on, there's something else.
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston, there we go. There's the three things. Right there.
Kofi
Three
Kingston.
things. That's all I can think of, really.
I mean, those three things are good, by the way, for the record. But, yeah. Anyway, and the other one, which, oh my god, okay. T-Dub, the floor is yours. I'm pissed. I am mad.
All right. Yeah, so... courtesy of Kiro 7 News. Let's see where this take place. I'm not seeing a location. Anyways, so
check one, two.
So earlier this week, there's this belt maker who likes to make championship belts for a fee. You know, he takes replica belts, makes them all fancy, like made out of metal using stones and whatnot. And he learned of this like 5-year-old kid who was getting surgery to remove a brain tumor. And to say, you know what? I know surgery is expensive, so I'm gonna make this family a belt for free. So he sends the belt out, and a couple of porch robbers take the packages that include the belt for the 5-year-old kid with the brain tumor.
If you're not pissed off right now, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I was absolutely livid when I originally read, like, what the fuck? Now, eventually the robbers did leave the packages back, with a note saying they were sorry, except if you were really sorry, you wouldn't have stolen shit to begin with, and I fucking hate these type of people who literally just go up to people's houses when they're not around and just steal the packages that are on their doorstep.
Fuck you if you're one of those, by the way. Just straight fuck you.
Yeah, and guess what? We got them on video, dead to rights.
Yeah, I asked if they were arrested, and they weren't.
Not yet. The police are still looking for them.
When they do, throw the fucking book at them. Stealing from a kid with cancer, for fuck's sake.
I'm not sure if it's cancer exactly, but it is a brain tumor.
It's just about as bad.
Most definitely. The only positive I can take away from this is the fact that the kid did eventually get his belt.
Which is good.
Because, like, when you got some, like, a brain tumor, you deserve a little bit of happiness in your life, because, like, anything can go wrong with that surgery. We don't know what the future holds for something like that, so let the kid be happy.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
All right, so that's about it, right?
Yeah.
We could safely go into emails.
I still just, yeah, and I just really do hate the fact that there are people out there that just go driving around because you see them get into a getaway car as soon as they grab the packages. So there's like these motherfuckers. Honestly, you can tell like they have this on a regular basis where they just drive around, go to people's houses, make sure they're not home, and they just fucking steal their packages.
Fuck
and
you.
had their
just straight fuck you.
Yeah, like I've had this happen to friends of mine where they've had, you know, UPS or somebody else who deliver the packages, leave them on their doorstep, and then when they get home after work, package is gone. Somebody stole it.
Deplorable.
Yeah, and I don't care, like, the fact that they say they feel bad for stealing from the kid. I don't care. You still stole.
You still stole. You go to jail. Don't collect 200. Don't pass go. Go fuck yourself.
And
I'm
you're
mad.
not
I want to talk about good shit. Can we just move on?
Yes, let's
fuck
move
those
on.
fucking fuckers, and I hope that kid gets better. And he grows up, and he becomes an actual champion, so we can cheer him on.
That'd be cool.
Can I get a here for that, for God's sakes? Anyway. All right, so bit of an update with Ring of Honor. Let me just do a refresh, make sure we are up to date. And we are. So basically, as we said, for Best of the World, that's going on right now on pay-per-view. If you're watching this, thank you for tuning in as well. Let's see. So last we left, we had the Allure starting off the night. Update, Kenny King defeated Jay Lethal at Lethal. Jonathan Gresham and Silas Young, and get this, T-Dub, a pure rules match. It's an ROH pure.
Oh, nice.
So basically, they have like a specific kind of rules. So Jonathan Gresham defeated Silas Young. The Briscoes and Eli and Nick went to a double count out at 11 minutes. So the match was thrown out. And I believe right now it's Shane Taylor versus Bandito for the Television Championship of the World that is currently ongoing. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the WrestleCast at gmail.com. And yes, I am reading the emails from my trusty new Chromebook, which is running smoothly, by the way. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Evil Rev. That'd be good. Recover from tumor, become champ. Thumb is up on that. And we begin, ladies and gentlemen. You know who it is. You know who it is. French. By the way, just so you know, I'm watching GDQ on the phone.
Do your job, you bastard.
I'm doing my job. Don't worry. I was just checking in, making sure I don't miss Breath of the Wild. Anyway, we begin with French Otaku and hello, WrestleCast. Hold on, I got a ding-a-ling here. Where's my second? It's not the secretariat, so to speak, but we do require some dingage. Well, this one will do, I think. Oh, hold on, I gotta do it. I gotta raise the thing a little bit. There we go. Who's at the door? Here comes a dancing son with sunglasses, dancing like a maniac. Yes, it's summertime, and believe it or not, it's hot as hell. Can't sleep, can't work properly without air conditioner that works. I know your pain. That's why I'm glad I got mine installed a couple of weeks ago myself. Thank God. And before we begin, I was not aware that there was no WrestleCast last week. Also, hope you enjoyed C4 Wrestling, Matty. Good on you. Yeah, apologies on that. That was absolutely a quote-unquote last-minute decision. It was a Showtime decision there. That particular show. But don't worry about it, folks. It happens. So, about the week in wrestling. WWE, boot to the head. And one for the Jenny and the Wimp.
I get that reference.
No, he says, I refuse to call it Stomping Grounds because it's a dumb name. Better to call it Taekwon Leap or Spring Stampede. Oh well, to sum it up, it was good until the main event where it flops hard. Best parts were Eco Warriors versus Heavy Machinery, which was a great match. Joe versus Ricochet, which is match of the night, and congratulations to Ricochet for winning the U.S. belt. Drew Gulak as the new Cruiserweight champ. The rest was passable to awful, like the main event Rollins versus Baron Von Corbin. With Lacey Evans as special guest ref. For the love of God, no more Corbin in the main event. He's terrible. But we're not done yet. More on that later. 2.5 out of 5 is his rating. So, sounds to me like we did not miss much there, T-Dub.
Nope.
Now it's official. Raw, now it's official. Corbin and Lacey will face Rollins and Beckers in mixed tag match. Winners to take all at Extreme Rules. Don't tell me that this is how they'll win their belts. As for the rest of the show, please drop the wild card rule. Thank you. Also, Undertaker is back in no team with the big dog and Mr. Colonel McSweaty Balls and Scottish Bottom Bitch. Did I just read that, by the way?
Maybe.
God damn it. You know the sad part is, T-Dub? French Otaku isn't wrong. I mean, Shin, you and I have been calling, Drew McIntyre a hired goon on Rift Down. Hell, I made the hired goons joke a couple weeks ago. Scottish bottom bitch. That's going to become a thing, isn't it? Anyway, SmackDown Live, 2 out of 3 falls matches. Oh, shit. Oh, no. No, it's like, goon. SmackDown Live, 2 out of 3 falls matches, yes, and there were not 1, but 2 out of 3 falls matches during the show. Elias and Miz and Kingston and Ziggler, yes, SmackDown Live was bland. I was watching TDQ with the gang there. I did not want to watch mediocrity there, T-Dub. How was the show? Okay, moving on. NXT. Holy shit! Io Shirai turned heel.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, it sucks that Baszler is keeping the belt after another run, but the future feud between Shirai and Candice LeRae? Take my money.
Except it probably won't be put on TakeOver because it's a women's match that's not for a title.
It should be on a TakeOver.
But it won't.
But it
I
should.
can't get excited for it.
But it should.
I can't get. Yeah, it should, but it won't. So I can't really get excited for it.
Well, hey, couple months in, we don't know. Couple months away, you never know.
Also, they've never ever done a non-title women's match on pay-per-view for NXT ever.
It's true. Maybe they bucked the trend for SummerSlam. I don't know.
They better.
I'd be okay with NXT Toronto starting with LeRae and Io Shirai in a match. Oh God, Mike Shell with the perfect joke. Scottish bottom bitch, now with more butt meat soaked in booty juice. There's a tish button I need to press here. There's a button I need to get. There we go. Moving right along. Winners. The signing of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff as executive directors of SmackDown to Raw and SmackDown Live respectively. Please make these shows any good. Please make them good. Ricochet, Drew Gulak for winning their belts at WWE Roadhouse. If you watched Family Guy, you get the reference. Roadhouse. Oh, because he kicked the... Haha. Gotcha. Kevin Owens, aka Good Guy Kev, for inviting a fan that a confrontation... The fan with the confrontation with Bully Ray last month at the ROH show to attend Raw in Portland. Yeah, the show wasn't good, but still, attending live is always a blast. Good Guy Kev. That's why he's one of my favorite. This guy's a good guy. Evil Reverend is not sure how to react. I don't either. I just let Shane and Mike come up with weird shit, and I just go ahead and laugh if it's funny. Loser is the live attendance during the WWE. Get it? It's a boot. Raw and SmackDown Live, where they were abysmal. That's not a good sign, especially with their debut on Fox looming. Jinder Mahal, who is out with a ruptured patella tendon. He's out for the rest of the year, or at worst case until next year. Speedy recovery to you, sir. The reason of Baron Corbin's push, because Vince believes that women swoon over him. I just read that, didn't I?
Yep.
Eric, Paul, Eric, Paul, Trips. Lock him in his office. Don't let him come out for 6 months. Just provide a gym with protein in it. He will survive. It's Vince, for God's sakes. Oh, look, a few new images to traumatize me. 1. Uninvited a game on NES and computer. Don't Google it unless you don't want to sleep tonight. Number 2, Hogan, naked, sweaty, and thrusting. And number 3, Sunny Side Up as a whole thing. Don't mind me. I don't mind the queefs, aka a Matty Jay special. I'll never get tired of it. Hey!
What?
Friends are talking. Dave, you're for thinking I'm a queef.
But that's the old gag, calling it the Matty J special.
I refuse to turn that into a running gag. Moving on. Now, the image of Baron Corbin's face with the body of Shawn Michaels when he posed for Blinker. The image is available on whatculture.com. My eyes, they can't even close fast enough. Oh, God. Well,
all you see is that image.
It's burned, my friend. Burned in your mind.
He's
Well,
just
what a
a
way to end
sexy
this
Corbin,
email.
Sexy Corbin.
Ugh. What a way to end this email. Also, next week I'll attend a con in the capital, so no mail for me. Please, people, bag me up. I like you all. Enjoy the weekend as well as Fighter Fest, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Much appreciated. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our emails and comments of the week. You can send that to the WrestleCast at gmail.com. Are you still there? The WrestleCast at gmail.com. We shall return with our preview of AEW's Fighter Fest when we come back. I swear I will not stutter as hard. Bear me, everybody.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Man, drive faster so I can hit Luigi with a shelf. Man, you couldn't hit wood if you fell out of a boat. You serious? Get a table. I'm driving.
Log on to double-sweeps.wwe.com and enter to win a trip to battle against the WWE superstar. Mario Kart Double Dash. Rated everyone.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Mario! 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 Mario!
He's back. All you had to do was ask. Super Mario Bros. 3 from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Or burn rubber on ice, wood, or asphalt! Mix it up with the big boys! See Bowser in his Bigfoot-dropping truck! See Yoshi's go-kart really go! Mushrooms, banana peels, turtle shells! Dynamite! Check your rear view and make him eat dust! Or go into battle mode and ruin his day! 2 speeds! Fast and way too fast! It's 2-player fun on the split screen! Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System! Now you're playing with power, superpower!
We're back here on the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVTEntertainment.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, live on Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. Thank you very much for taking your time, if you're taking your time out of your busy SGDQ viewing pleasure, to listen to us talk about wrestling for another 90 minutes of fun and or excitement. Maybe both. That was both.
We want to go 90 minutes.
And we are going beyond 90 minutes because we have to talk about Fyter Fest. By the way, before we continue, if I do notice that I believe there might have been a fuck up with Dark Souls. I think they're resetting stuff. So if you're listening to us while they're doing the reset, thank you, hello. Consider a subscription to our fair and just program in our Twitch.tv. Anyway. Quick update with the Ring of Honor, real quick. Shane Taylor over Bandito. We talked about that. That was 12:40. Right now they're at 6-man tag team title match. Villain Enterprises taking on Lifeblood.
By the way, I saw a Twitter video of the new 6-man belts made specifically for Villain Enterprises. Look very nice.
I don't have the image loaded up, but you should find them. They are beautiful. So yeah, it's Brody King, Skrull, and PCO taking on Haskins, Tracy Williams, and PJ Black. And of course, the main event is David versus Cobb for the Ring of Honor Championship. If there's any other updates before the end of the show, we will provide them to you as per usual. But we got to talk about the Cody Rhodes gimmick. Or one of them, anyway. AEW Fyter Fest. Coming to you... Oh, I need to reload here. There we go. Coming to you from the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. In cooperation with Community Effort Orlando, or CEO, the fighting game tournament. Which includes a Tekken Rumble, which the competition happens inside a wrestling ring. So, there you go. The matches are as follows. The pre-show starts with Kylie Ray and Leva Bates having a match.
That should be really good stuffs.
Yes, yes.
And then I could say about every match on the show, this is just going to be, every match on here looks amazing.
Yeah. We're just going to say, you watch this. We're just going to run the card over real quick and be like this. Yay. And Shen, I'm not sure if the Rumble is happening this year. Aww. Well, if it should. It's awesome seeing the entrances like that. That's awesome. Anyway. So yeah, and of course, a three-way tag team match. The winner to get to advance to All Out for an opportunity at the first round bye for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, which the tournament will begin in October, by the way. Best friends, Chucky T and Trent Barrett will take on SoCal Uncensored, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, and Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, Private Party.
I expect Private Party to be flying all over the place. I expect Chuck Taylor to be a goober, and SCU to just be themselves.
SCU? The card, we don't have a particular order specifically. We do know the pre-show.
You're the main event of the pre-show.
The main event of the buy-in will be a hardcore match. Or in gaming speak, well, in wrestling speak, we call it the rematch. In gaming speak, they call it the run back. Michael Nakazawa taking on Alex Jabali.
Hopefully, I make it home from work fast enough to see this match, because this is the pre-show match I'm actually like that, because this is like a year in the making. So,
oh yeah, this was built up. The only reason why this happens actually is because Jabali injured himself during training last year, so he actually was taking it seriously too. So there's that. The card proper, there's no particular order in itself. But it does feature Yuka Sakazaki taking on Riho and taking on Nyla Rose in a 3-way match.
I have no idea who to call here. I would say either Yuka or Rose to win.
Yuka is best girl because she is magical girl.
Yeah, I didn't know you're the magical girl fanboy.
I'm not the only one, I'm sure, but
I know. Also, easy if he's watching this show as well.
Anyway, next up, Christopher Daniels taking on Shima in a singles contest.
Ooh, this one could also go either way. I don't know who to pick, which makes me happy.
That is a good thing. A 4-way match featuring Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, Maxwell, Jacob Freeman, and Hangman Adam Page.
Give the win to the Hung Man.
Agreed. And what is now considered and announced as a non-sanctioned match.
AKA, weapons will be used.
People are gonna die. Jon Moxley, in his first match with All Elite Wrestling, will take on Joey Janela in his first AEW match.
Well, no, Joey Janela wrestled in the Battle Royal.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Sorry. That's very true.
Yeah, Jimmy Havoc stuck a cigarette to his head.
It's true. I forgot about that. But, yeah, Joey Janela versus Jon Moxley. If that does not steal the show, I'll be shocked. Shocked, I tells you.
And this will be Moxley's first time to really show on a really grand scale in the United States that, yes, I am as good as I say I am.
Or as crazy as you think I am.
And I fully expect Moxley to win.
Same here. And Mike Shell, thank you for correcting his very first singles match for AEW. I was right by technicality. I'm not even going to call it the semi-main. I don't even know if it'll be a semi-main or not, but it will be the Elite. Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, taking on the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Phoenix, and the Laredo Kid in a 6-man tag.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of matches from Laredo Kid when he was in Impact, and he is damn good. I'm glad he's getting the spotlight.
He's earned it. Easily he's earned it. Part of me wants the Elite to win, just to give Kenny a win.
No, I think that Kenny is going to eat the pinfall. And this is going to go for the whole story of him falling down further and further and having to build himself back up.
That makes sense. And the main event, Shrug? Actually, the 6-man tag might actually be the main event. But it's Cody taking on Darby Allin. Now, this is good. This is interesting.
Yeah, two very different types of personalities. On one hand, you have the son of a plumber. On the other hand, you have the straight-edge skateboarder, Darby Allin.
All I'm going to say is I am intrigued by this match. I don't know. It's probably going to be Cody, but even if it's Cody or not, I'm just intrigued. I want to see how these two mesh.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some good stuffs. All the good stuffs.
I'm interested in this match. I want to see this match.
This all feels like a pay-per-view, yet this is all brought to us for free.
Yeah, if you're in the States and have Bleacher Report Live, it is FREE.
Is it free for Canada?
I checked the phone. It's only for U.S. viewers, which is sad. I checked the Fight app. It's $13.
Oh, damn.
I will say this: $13 is far shade better than 50 to 60 yet to spend for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that is true. And while this may not have the exact hype that Double or Nothing or All Out has, this is still going to be a good show.
And I don't go with VPN because I don't have the money for VPN there, Renico.
Nutter butter.
But I'm like, it's okay. I'll find a way to watch it live. I'll find a way.
There's always a way.
There's always a way.
Yeah. Maddie will find a way to watch the show one way or another.
Yes.
Because, well, I don't think he wants to miss that Cody or Moxley or Kenny.
No, I don't want to miss any of that shit. Okay, so that being said, one more check. We're going.
All right, is it time for the winners and the losers?
Let's do winners and losers. Let's do losers first.
I only have one set of losers, and those are the thieves, the porch thieves, stealing from the child, bastards.
Oh, and Shin D-Cell battery Seth Rollins for what he said about the Mox.
Oh, we forgot to bring that up. Yeah, Seth Rollins kind of went off on Moxley, which I don't understand why he.
Anyway, WWE gets a loser this week for that. I'm like, you failed to keep my attention for 5 minutes on Raw, and you lost me for the week because of that. And Seth Rollins, 1 for the Jon Moxley comments, but 2 for just going down the wrong fucking... You should not drink and tweet. You should not drink and tweet.
The only thing that Seth Rollins seems to be drinking right now is the Kool-Aid.
The message still stands, T-Dub, and you know exactly why. Let's do winners.
I'll give one to the belt maker who made the belt for the child, and to R-Truth for being the most entertaining thing on WWE television currently.
Who would have called that a couple of years ago, by the way?
Also, just to prove how popular R-Truth is, every title thing he's involved with, 24/7 title, seems to be getting at least 1 million views on the YouTube channel instantly.
So, yeah, that proof positive that it's working. Angelia's belt on the thing, but my God.
Also, I'll let
they're
you be
making
the one
it
to
work.
say. Also, I like to be the one that during Rift Down when the belt was first introduced, I called it being a success. Boom, told ya.
Called it. No, we knew it was going to be successful. I think we're just taking a shit on the belt more than anything else.
Yeah.
The belt still sucks. The belt still sucks. The concept is obviously working.
And Mike Schultz says, winner, NWA's newest signee, Eli Drake.
Yeah. I could definitely agree to that. I got a few winners myself. Evolve Wrestling. I mean, despite the controversy of them going at the same time as Fight for the Fallen, it's still a big deal for Evolve. Let's be straightforward. It's a huge deal. So congratulations.
Yeah, it's the first independent show that WWE has ever actually co-produced.
So congratulations to Gabe Sapolsky and crew for that. Just right off.
I imagine they're going to get like full 1080p cameras and all that.
At least a decent lighting ring, so it's well lit. I would hope so. I mean, it's the 23. It's the old ECW arena. I don't think it's gonna look. They're gonna make it look halfway presentable.
Well, it's been renovated the past several years,
yeah.
So it doesn't look anything like it did back in the 90s.
I know that. We've seen multiple shows from the 2300 arena, so yeah, it will work just fine. Ricochet, I hope he becomes Universal or WWE champion one day, but he's become the United States champion, so congratulations on that. No matter what happens, he's got a belt in the Fed. The thumb is up. Cody Rhodes and Fighting Back 9. Congratulations to both. And Cody, if you're listening, I am available. Give me a month to give me a proper time to give my notice. 10 years podcasting experience. I talk good on a microphone. I barely botch as hard as Michael Cole does on a weekly basis.
Matty, they already have 3 commentators.
They can replace Alex Marvez. They can replace Alex Marvez. No offense to Alex Marvez, but let's be honest here.
You're never going to let that go, are you?
I'll let him go. You know what? It was only one show. I get it, okay?
He's got time. He can improve.
He's got time. I agree. He can improve. I'm just fucking around. You know that. But seriously, Cody, call me. I'm in Ottawa the same weekend as you are. Just you know.
You're gonna be in the same building.
Yes, we could talk.
That's still up to that.
I can only imagine. Like, with all the people who cover pro wrestling with a wider scope than I do, you know, you got our buddies at Wrestling with Ideas, and there's a few other podcasts with the 613 pro wrestling group on Facebook.
I'm pretty sure Nuclear Convoy has a wider reach than you.
Yeah, well, he's Montreal based, but no, I believe he's in Toronto now. But yeah, he's got obviously cool. He's got a white. He's like the one guy at the forefront for Chinese pro wrestling with OWE. He's been the one who's like,
yeah, he saw where the money was going. He was able to point this out before any of us. Smart dude.
Yeah. Hell, if you just want me to be like the fall guy that takes super kicks, I'll do it. Anyway, and C4 Wrestling for an awesome night of professional wrestling as well. And I'm looking forward to August 16th, 2019. Let's just put it that way. All right, so before we wrap things up, actually, you got a new video to celebrate your anniversary, so to speak.
Yeah, last week put out my video celebrating 12 years on YouTube with a review, I guess a re-review of Legends of WrestleMania. I thought this one, I did a better job with it than the previous one. And since then, I've also been doing a Let's Play Mystical Ninja Star Goemon, and also put out a video giving out my first impressions of the new Yakuza spin-off video game, Judgment. But for the next couple weeks, just going to focus on Mystical Ninja, and I'm going to be putting out a new part every other day, including tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. So, before the Stinger, see us Sunday, Matty. All right. So, that being said, I'm going to do one more reset, see if there's any more updates. No, I believe the match is still ongoing. They're still at the 6-man tag. So, if you want more results, watch the pay-per-view, folks. We'll keep you abreast of that. Of course, Fyter Fest as well next week. Of course, that being said, that's our show. We thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at MattyJ316. You can follow TWK on Twitter at TWKOfficial. I also happen to have an Instagram under the same Twitter handle at MattyJ316. You want to watch TWK's new video just a little bit earlier than anybody else? Patreon.com/TWK Reviews. If you feel fancy enough to give me some money, I have a tip jar. PayPal.me is PayPal.me/MattyJ316. Financial support is optional, but always appreciated. Of course, we also have your t-shirts, your other t-shirts, and all that good stuff. Streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch. Buy the shirt. Just buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. And all of that good stuff. Of course, don't forget to follow us. And if you like it, if you want to give us some financial support, I mean, after your Twitch Prime sub from GDQ expires in July, of course, or whenever that happens, give us a subscribe. We got some exclusive Twitch emotes and all that good stuff. And Twitch exclusive Discord channel on our RVT Discord. In case you are on a Discord and want some extra stuff, there's that. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi. It's much appreciated and all that good stuff. On behalf of my good buddy TWK,
Until next time, this is TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmick. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. If you're returning to GDQ after this program, they're still at Dark Souls, so if you're tuning in for Breath of the Wild, you'll be right on time. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Congratulations to GDQ, by the way. I forgot to put that on the list. They're right now at $1,414,000 and change. They're not done yet. They got one full day, and they are looking to be on pace to get $2 million. So that being said, have a good one. Have a safe one. And to the rest of the runners, if you're listening, good luck. May the RNG be ever in your favor. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll see you next week, folks. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Now, right before we get started, we're just going to spend a little bit of time here to kind of break down the action that you can find this week. Spike, come on, man. What are you doing?
Spike Vegeta is no longer of this plane. For I am Lord Tay-Tay.
No, Spike, I'm not calling you that. Just get changed.
Lord Tay-Tay, Emperor of the Potatoes.
Spike, change. Come on, man.
Hops! You ever heard of Twitch Terms of Service? You don't want me to take this off.